Hi there, welcome to Word on Wednesday. It's an opportunity midweek for us just to reflect, to revisit and to reflect, if you like, on the things we're engaging with in gathered worship on Sunday. This Sunday was our all-age service, and we were catching up with some of the things that the young people and children have been doing in Sunday Club, all under the banner and the theme, the umbrella of loving God, loving people. That's our theme for January, and it's our umbrella theme for the year. It's what we want to be about as a community of God's people, loving God, loving people. We engaged in a very familiar story from Luke 10. It's the parable of the Good Samaritan, and we engaged in it initially through a drama, a kind of scratch drama, where people were just invited to come and take the different characters. And we went through the story like that. It was tremendous fun. There was some fantastic ad-libbing going on. I love the bit where the Samaritan tries to pay the innkeeper with the app on his phone. That was a brilliant piece of ad-libbing. But it helped us to engage in this story. It's so familiar to many, but it's such a powerful story. And it never grows old. Why? Because it is about the human heart in relation to the need we see in those around us. See, Jesus uses the actions of the Samaritan. The Samaritan is the last person you would think would help. Jesus chooses him very particularly. Jews and Samaritans don't get on, to put it mildly. They hate each other. And so it's the Samaritan who acts. And Jesus holds his compassion up against the indifference of the Levite and the priest, who ignore the man that's been beaten and left for dead. And it funnels us toward this place where we are without excuse. We are simply left with a choice. Will we help or will we not help? It's a very interesting thing. The kind of rub, if you like, of the story is not that so much that the Samaritan recognizes the man as his neighbor. It's that in his actions, he makes himself a neighbor to the injured man. I'll say that again. It's not so much that he recognizes the injured man as his neighbor. It's that through his actions, he makes himself a neighbor to the injured man. You see, being a neighbor is not passive. It is active. It rests in the choices that we make or don't make. You see, the Levite and the priest wanted to put some distance in between them and this guy, didn't they? Distance is the friend of indifference. It stops us needing to make the choice of whether we will care or not care. If we can avoid the situation altogether, then that means we don't have to make the choice. But of course, in the story, Jesus leaves us no room to do that. And that's why this story never, ever grows old. It is as powerful today as the day when Jesus made it up. You see, he's responding to a guy who wants to justify himself. Justify himself in terms of his own righteousness and how that looks in the eyes of others. And Jesus brings it all down to some real basic issues of the human heart. See, this guy's an expert in the law, but this story isn't about law. It's about basic humanity. And one person being prepared to reach out in love and support to another person. One person choosing to reach out in love and support to another person. It's choice, you see. Jesus removes the excuse and just leaves us with a choice. Very powerful story. And it leaves us asking the question, as we go through this week, as we encounter need in the people that we meet along this week's journey, Will we choose to be a neighbour, or will we choose not to be a neighbour? It is as simple and stark and as revealing as that. I don't know where you got with that on Sunday. I don't know where you've got with that now, but I encourage you to reread it and to expose yourself, your own heart, once again to the power of this story. Talk to Jesus about the struggles you have in making these choices, the fears you have in making these choices. You see, reaching out is practical, it's personal, and it can be pricey. And all those elements are contained in the story, aren't they? It's not an easy thing to do, but it's a thing we choose to do or we choose not to do. And if you're struggling with that, ask the Lord in, that he might guide you, strengthen you, encourage you, that you might choose to be a neighbour to somebody in the days ahead. Well, may God bless you, and enjoy the rest of your day. And if an opportunity comes along, I pray he gives you courage. I pray he gives me courage to choose to be a neighbour to the person in need. Amen.